So to check the wear on the concentric section of this particular piston, what I can do is make sure that I don't have anything near it that can damage it. With the appropriate packing kit or repair kit for this particular pump, and in this instance it's a 220cc pump and it's an Xtreme pump, so you can see your repair kit Xtreme 220. There's the part number, so it's quite easy to identify what's required. The book tells me, and that's the repair kit that I'm required to install to reappropriate the pump in its original status. So remove the packing kit. Now, because these pumps are designed to be repaired on site and in the field, they are designed to easily identify what's required. Now, it's a little bit grubby here. Would I put a new set of packers down on that? No, absolutely not. So with some clean rag, tip out your packings to see what you've got as far as packings is concerned. Now, this particular one is a leather and Teflon packing kit. So these leather packers seal onto the piston itself. Now there's two types here. There's PTFE, which is polytetrafluoroethylene, polyfluorotetraethylene, which are the black ones, which we call tough stacks. This is your standard basic pack. What's the difference? Why would I use a PTFE kit, a tough stack, as opposed to this one? Well, the tough stack's designed to be slightly more robust. So as I mentioned, when you're using products such as silicon carbides, if you're using products with vinyl ester in them or calcium silicates, they tend to be a little bit aggressive on the packings. So this standard kit here would probably not sustain that type of aggressive additive in the paint for any extended period of time. So I'd be inclined to look at what sort of product we're using, what packers I need to give me some longevity out of the pump. So in this instance, like I say, it's leather and Teflon packings. So how do they go together? Well, if I need to know how they go together, it's quite simple. There's an instructional sheet here that tells me how it's all repaired and where those particular items go. But to put it in context for you, because I know most of you armchair critics won't read that, the simple fact is that with this particular Graco pump, there's 5 packings top, 5 packings bottom. How do we rack them up? Well, because this is a leather and Teflon packing kit, we have to put them in sequence. So you have Teflon first, leather. Then you'll have Teflon second, and then you'll have a leather. Then you'll have Teflon again. Oh, what's happened there? That's smaller. Well, that would probably be the piston end of things, because it'll be smaller. So the larger ones are for the top gland nut, and they seal the top of the piston. So here we go. We've got Teflon, leather, Teflon, leather. We want one more. There they are. So can I just shove them in the pump? I need to soak these in that throat seal oil, TSL. Why am I soaking them? Because the leather needs to absorb that lubricant before you put them in place. Because if I put them in dry, they will prematurely wear and not seal on the immediate requirement. So by soaking them, what you're doing is you're conditioning them to the environment you're going to install them in. So how long would I soak them for? You need to soak them for at least 10 minutes to make sure that the leather has absorbed all that oil and lubrication. So in this kit as well, I've got some anti-seize, which I'll use on all the threads. And there's 2 new balls, and these are retainers. So what these do is they actually retain the seal or the packing in its original format and shape. So under pressure, as you can see, it holds the whole thing in its appropriate state.